What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the special jump step up draw, guys, and the loyalty pity at the 10th step, where you guys can pick any of the characters that are featured here. In this video, we're gonna be discussing which character you guys actually want to be picking, as you know, we're gonna be recommending which one is gonna be better versus the other options that you have. So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 40,000 subscribers. Man, guys, we are literally like 700 subscribers away from that 40,000 subscribers. So if you guys have not hit that subscribe button already, man, definitely make sure to. And with that out of the way, guys, let's hop in and let's go over the character options that you can pick at the loyalty step, and going over which characters are going to be the most beneficial for your account. So hopping into the actual banner here, guys, we do have what is that, Jelly King. So if you guys don't know, this is the sweet Jelly King. He came out earlier this year, so he's one of the most recent characters on this banner. Definitely one of the characters that it could be an option that you want to pick at the pity. The main reason for this is because this king is a seasonal character, man. He is the Valentine's character that came out this year, and because of that, he's a character that is not really given out too often. So you want to definitely take advantage of characters like this that are, you know, seasonal variants, or characters that are just don't rerun often on banners. Sweet Jelly King is one of those characters that doesn't rerun often, and so the fact that they're giving him out for free as a loyalty pick right there is going to be really good. Now, for what King does, he's not super insane, and the only use you're really going to get out of him is in like Chaos Battle, in future Chaos Battle installments, right? The last Chaos Battle we had, he was one of the best DPS characters on a full fairy team, and he was doing really well. So yeah, man, King is definitely a character that I would recommend a lot of you guys pick, but we got to look at the other characters on the banner first before we actually decide on King. We also do have Covenant of Light Tarmiel, guys, and now if you guys don't know what Tarmiel does, he is one of the best characters in the game because of the way his grace works, where he actually, you know, block affects the enemy whenever they attack you twice, and he also heals you know, after taking damage initially 30% of the damage taken, which is very good. And this also scales up depending on how much recovery rate the character has. So the higher the recovery rate, the more the character will heal off of the damage taken. And Tarmiel is one of those characters that if you do not own him at all, this is a must pick up because of the way he works and his grace being super valuable in the game. Alright, guys, Green Sariel is the next character option that you guys can pick. Now, Green Sariel is a good character as well, but the problem is with him is that you don't really see much use out of his link in PvP too much nowadays. And honestly, on Goddess team, I don't think Green Sariel is going to be one of the better options to be using, considering, you know, we now have, you know, LR Margaret, we also have the Mael, and then Queen Elizabeth, which is going to be dropping. So, you know, Sariel on field on Goddesses is not going to be a character that you're going to be using you know, very often, but his grace does have value in that, you know, he is lowering crit chance and crit damage of the enemy whenever you have this grace on a character. And so, you know, that in itself is not bad, but the problem with that is that there's not many teams that actually benefit from having this debuff, and so, you know, he kind of, you know, falls into obscurity there, where you're probably not going to be using this Sariel. Alright, guys, so the next character we got here is going to be Prince Sigurd. Now, he is a character that is pretty good in the game because of the way he works, where he actually gives attack buffs for every debuff on the enemy. It actually is not that bad because of the way it works, and that, you know, it's really good for like farming characters when you run him alongside like another farming unit. You know, one of them is like Red Brunhild, where Red Brunhild auto applies the debuffs. You having Sigurd on the team makes it so that you actually get a lot more damage for Brunhild, and even for like a character like Tyr as well. Just for farming, he's really good. So Sigurd's not a bad option as well. He is Ragnarok, so he is also in that sense a little bit limited because he's not on too many banners. Wanderer Thonar, guys, is going to be an easy skip here, where you don't want to really pick her at all because of the way she, you know, she was actually given out for free in Heroes Way, if I'm not mistaken. You know, she's a character that, you know, is made for the actual deathmatch as a backline. There isn't really much reason to actually pick her up considering the way she is, because they're, you know, because they're giving her out for free already through Heroes Way. You don't need dupes on this character considering she's a backline, so she's going to be an easy skip character that you don't need to be picking on this banner. Green Brunhild, guys, is a character that a lot of people say that they either don't have and still want to actually get a copy of, or they have her and, you know, she obviously is very good. Brunhild is a great character, but you don't necessarily need dupes as much as other characters on this list. And so my thing is with this is that if you don't have Brunhild but you have the rest of the characters on the banner, then she's going to be an easy pick because she's a character that works really well in the demonic beast battles. She's going to be increasing her basic stats for every surviving ally, and if someone starts dying, you do actually gain all stats, so you can kind of clutch the match as well. So she is in that right very good on a lot of the demonic beast battles, and if you're still struggling with a lot of them, Brunhild can be a really good green character option for any of those demonic beast battles. battles. Moving on, guys, we do have Brawler Bond here. Now, Brawler Bond, the Ragnarok variant, is really good because he's a backline universal attack related support. This is very good because if you don't have Ragnarok Bond already, you can actually run him as a backline for any team in the game because he's giving 10% attack related stats to any characters at all. Because he does have the sub slot option right here, you can definitely use him, and I think he's one of those characters that if you do not have a copy of, he might be the character you actually do pick from this banner. Another character option, guys, is going to be Skadi right here. Skadi is a character that has never been given out for free, and she's a character that is very, very good, man. The fact that they're giving out Skadi here is great because she's a character that can cheese a lot of debuff-oriented fights where the boss debuffs the team a lot. Skadi is actually going to benefit a lot because she decreases the attack and defense of the enemy by 8% per debuff, and it increases allies' skill damage by 15%, which is very, very good, right? Because that means that your team is going to be dealing more damage, and you're lowering the enemy's attack and defense for you to deal more damage. So Skadi, if you do not have her, is going to be one of the must picks for this banner. Moving on, guys, we do have Sun God Freyr. Freyr was actually given out during Transcendent Bond banner, and he was actually free then. But if you guys do not have enough dupes on Freyr, man, dupes are super important on this character because of the multiplier he has on his ultimate. The effect on his ultimate here is going to be death on his ultimate, which is 20% of final damage as additional damage, and the higher the dupes on this, the more death damage actually does. So once you get to like 6 out of 6, you are going to be doing like double the damage, which is absolutely insane. So if you can get dupes on this character, it's great. And because they're giving him as an option on this banner to pick, if you have all the characters already, Freyr might be the character that you just select just for the dupe, just for getting dupes on him. Alright, guys, and then from the final 6 characters here at the bottom, I don't really recommend any of these other characters here because of the way they are. The only one I might recommend is actually going to be Valenti, because Valenti is actually used on a lot of cheese content in Grand Cross, where because of her passive here, where she actually lowers the enemy's pierce rate based on her resistance, it's going to make it so that enemies can actually patience Valenti when running King Shield. If you guys run Chad King on the team, Chad King alongside Valenti can cheese a lot of, end game content, which is actually pretty good, in PvE content. The problem is with Valenti is that she doesn't really, last versus the other meta teams on those types of contents. She is good, but there's obviously replacements for those, for Valenti and the team that she's on that you don't necessarily need to have Valenti if you already have the characters built for those Demonic Beast battles. Alright, guys, so starting with my number 1 character you guys should be picking from the banner, my number 1 is going to actually be Jelly King. Now, the reason for Jelly King being number 1 is because he is a seasonal character. He's not given out often, and if you do not have him, I would recommend getting him. Now, if you have Jelly King already, then that actually changes who you're actually picking, because there's no really need to get dupes on Jelly King. Obviously, it does help, but there's other characters on the banner that have more worthwhile dupes that you actually do want to pick up. Now, those 2 characters that I'm going to recommend dupe wise, like if you own all the characters on the banner already, let's say, those 2 characters are going to be Tarmiel and Freyr. As I mentioned with Freyr, with his dupes being very valuable with the death damage, you want to actually get dupes on Tarmiel so that his grace and being Link on the character is going to give more stats. The higher the stats obviously on your Link means the better survivability for your actual character. So having dupes on Tarmiel is going to be a must, guys. So if you do not have a 6 out of 6 Tarmiel yet, getting dupes on this character is going to be great. It's going to give you that option of being able to tank a lot better on the character that Tarmiel is on, right? So that's definitely one of my priorities. So what I would say right now is if you don't have Jelly King, get Jelly King. If you have all the characters in this lineup right here, it's going to be between Tarmiel and Freyr, and it's really up to you which character do you use more often on your account. Personally, I would say Tarmiel would be the recommended one, because Tarmiel is going to be used across all content in the game as a Link. Freyr is used in most Demonic Beast battles and in PvP, so if you want the extra CC for having Freyr as dupes and also when actually running him in Demonic Beast, then there's your reasoning. But the rest of the characters here, guys, would just be if you don't own the characters. Now, if you're looking at the characters, if you don't own like Green Sariel but you have all the other characters, pick Green Sariel. If you don't own Brunhild, pick Brunhild. If you don't own Brawler Bond, pick him, right? That's what it kind of comes down to on this banner, is that if you don't own one of the characters out of all of them, then pick them. But if you do own, or if you're missing like a multiple characters, then I would definitely go with, Jelly King being the number 1 because he is a seasonal variant. And then the other 2 from the top would be Tarmiel and then Freyr probably, right? That would be my recommendation because these characters are not on banners. And also the fact that Tarmiel is super valuable with dupes. Freyr is obviously a very valuable character with dupes as well. And yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers the banner right there, man. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, guys. which character are you guys going to be picking for your guaranteed loyalty pity here. I'm actually going to be picking Jelly King on my main account because I actually have 6/6 on the rest of the characters on this banner. So obviously me being a whale, it is what it is. But on my free-to-play account, I actually did pick a Jelly King dupe as well because I had 6/6 Tarmiel already and 6/6 Fair already because I know Jelly King is a seasonal and is not on banners often. So that was kind of my thought process for my free-to-play account for you guys that are wondering. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys do enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.